there's been an order today from the WBO putting in a mandatory fight, an elimination bout. That is for the mandatory spot for the junior welterweight title, the WBO title currently held by Teofimo Lopez. I think that this was the proper decision by the WBO. Barboza's been in the number one spot for some time, and he actually was so upset about that when he fought Jose Ramirez the other week, he didn't pay his sanctioning fee because he just was like, why am I continuing to give the WBO all this money and not getting the fight? That said, Jack Catterall just had this big win over Regis Prograis, so I'm okay with a little de facto tournament to decide who should face Teofimo Lopez, or if Lopez is to move up to 147, who will fight for the vacant world title. What do you think of this fight?
What I think about this fight is it's clearly not a fight which anyone or many people had on their minds. And the reason I say that is I was there at the Co-op Live Arena in Manchester a few weeks ago when Jack Catterall beat Regis Prograis. Afterwards, he was interviewed by numerous people, and so was Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn came onto our broadcast on BBC Radio 5 Live, and he started shouting out all the names which he wanted to see Jack Catterall in. David, guess which one of those names wasn't in the Eddie Hearn list?
I'm guessing we didn't hear Arnold Barboza's name.
We certainly didn't. And it wasn't a name which came up anywhere really on social media. So it's obviously not one which is whetting the appetites of people. But look, Jack's not somebody who backs away from anybody. And he is another one of those fighters with that quote of have gum shield and gloves will travel. He should have become world champion on the first night, which he beat Josh Taylor, sorry, and there was an incredibly controversial decision of Josh Taylor getting the nod on that one. It didn't happen for him, and that will always leave a bitter taste in his mouth. But to see Jack Catterall moving towards another opportunity of eventually becoming world champion is a good thing to see. But it's not a fight which is exciting me at the moment.
Yeah, it wasn't the best fight between Barboza and Prograis, and it definitely, wasn't the best fight between Catterall and Prograis. Uh, but I put Barboza's name in there because it definitely wasn't the best fight between Barboza and Ramirez either. I think if this fight is to go forward, it would have to be in Catterall's home territory. That's if they go forward with it. We've talked before about how stacked the 140-pound division is. So it depends on how important this title shot is, whether there's the money to make this fight, whether it's worth it even to maybe pay for the purse bid, and to have this as a loss leader for the opportunities that might open up if Catterall was to win, or if it's better to go with some of these other names instead.